million challenge itself in the scientific process. If we find a gaping loophole, say in the very first test, it behooves any investigator, I think, to make sure that that loophole is closed. Because in many ways it's unfair to the claimant, because if the claimant was to come out and say, to win, other people could come later and say, well, she could have won because of this. So it behooves us to work with the claimant to make sure that they are satisfied that if there are any loopholes or anything that we see in the very preliminary stages, that could be closed later on. I could go on and on about all these different ways in questions that you might ask a claimant and the things that you might do for the protocol, but we really are running out of time right now. I do want to, first of all, ask, and I know Allison has a question as well. Do you want to ask your question first or not?
Sure, I'd like to. Just by a show of hands, how many of you think you know which one she picked?
All right, by a show of hands, how many people think that it was number 1? Well, only about 4. How many people think it's number 2? Let's say about 16 to 20, somewhere in there, okay? How many people think it's number 3? That's interesting, and we'll come back to that in a second. How many people think that it's number 4? Okay, that's not bad either. And how many people think it's number 5? Now, I did notice that most of you went with number 3. I also noticed during the entire experiment that, Anita, you spent a lot of time with number 3. I don't know if that means anything or not, just want to point that out to you. So, what I do want to point out also, and I want to come back to it, is if this was a really formal test, there are a few people that would not be up here. There is one person up here that I know is missing a kidney, but also knew about it prior to this test. And probably quite a few people out here should know, and Anita could know if she did her research. Because there was somebody that's sitting out there that didn't even know that they were missing a kidney until recently. And it would have kept them out of the Air Force, had they have known. And they only found out by going in and what? An ultrasound, right? And you had an ultrasound, and you found that out. So that person is actually number 2. That would be Hal. Hal was our target person. And let's take a look and see. How well Anita did. Anita did as well as the majority of you, because she also said number 3, and she said that they're missing the left kidney. So thank you all very much. And I want to thank you guys as well. And be careful going down. And Anita, just so that you are, it's really hard doing this with 2 hands at a microphone. Cover that up. You see it's a BidLAX challenge letter. If you would open that up, please. I haven't even seen this myself. It was handed to me by Allison, so I don't even know what it says.
It was sealed when I got it too. I have no idea what it says.
And would you, can you read that out? Is that okay? Do you need to read it? Is that all right?
It says, I, Hal Vidlac, do affirm as true the following. In 2009, a routine ultrasound as part of a physical given at the United States Air Force Academy revealed that I seem to be missing my right kidney. I have never had any surgeries performed, have no scars, and have never before been told of any problem with my kidneys. This was also the first ultrasound to which I have ever been exposed. In order to fully determine my status, the Air Force physician handling my exam ordered a follow-on MRI exam to clearly nail down my kidney status. This exam was also performed at the United States Air Force Academy Hospital. The doctor reported to me that the MRI showed what the radiologist identified as a congenital absence of right kidney. The The doctor informed me that this condition is found in roughly 1 in 1,100 people, but that the majority of those found missing a kidney are missing their left kidney. I'm missing my right kidney, thus making the condition even rarer. My left kidney is slightly enlarged due to the excessive work it must do relative to a normal person, but is functioning normally.
All right, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Anita Ikonen, she does a big round of applause. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you very, very much. I do want to point out one thing is we tried very, very hard to get somebody other than Hal to be here. Allison worked on it diligently and we just couldn't get anybody. I had a doctor up until yesterday that had 4 people that were going to show up, and for various reasons they couldn't. So even getting people to come up as targets is extremely difficult. I was a little worried because you had posted on the forum all this information, but I wasn't that worried because it allowed me to also show that, hey, you need to be aware of where that information is out there.
I indicated that I was a mutant, and therefore I assumed that I had superpowers. So far, I tested invisibility and levitation and failed.
Hi, I just wanted to know that Anita's being paid right now. Her ego bank is being filled by the crowd around her. Take a look.
Notice they're almost all men. I don't
Center of attention.
I don't see a woman there. Oh, there's one.
She failed miserably, yet she's getting a ton of attention. Yeah.